YouTubians, this is Bunny, and I'm going to tell you a scary story about my ESFP shadow. Ooh. Yes, YouTubians, whether you know or you don't know, an unhealthy or stressed out INTJ can become an unhealthy ESFP, which is essentially the complete opposite of what I am as an INTJ. And I'm going to tell her story. So, several times in my life I've exhibited this sort of behavior where it's kind of like out of control, seeking a lot of sensory activities and like pleasures and kind of like an instant gratification, talking at rapid speed, just doing a lot of different things that an ESFP would, but it doesn't look good on me because I'm an INTJ. So I'm just going to talk about that, and this could totally be a ghost story. This could be my YouTube Halloween story because me being an ESFP is not good for anybody. So one time, me being an unhealthy INTJ, basically, it resulted in me kind of like walking around aimlessly in Times Square, almost at the middle of the night, making random friends and strangers, having very strange encounters with people, and getting driven back by some random guy back to, he was a limo driver, but back home, and going on a lot of dates, and everything is very short-lived and everything's about instant gratification. I don't think I did anything that really hurt me or that was like so out of character that it's like, oh, I regret it. Actually, these are like hilarious stories to me because it's just so not what I do in my everyday. So it's funny stories to me, but it is scary because it is generally out of my character. So it resulted in excess shopping, impulse shopping, as they say. I ended up eBay shopping at a Halloween party. Like, I was legit at a friend's Halloween party, and I was just shopping on my phone and like having drinks and stuff. Like, who does that? So for me, the out of control situation there was that. At the time, and I've gone through this maybe like 2 times where it's notable. But the first time I was caring for my ailing mother. She had just had surgery, so I had extra responsibilities. So that became very taxing on me. So I had to go home, and I had to take care of my mother, her prescriptions, her shopping, taking her to doctor's appointments, waiting at her pharmacy, and her pharmacy sucks. Like, her pharmacy, like, you'll wait there an hour to try and get your medication, kind of dealing with her moods. And then I had my own life, which I was in school, and I was working, and it was just a lot coming down on me. I felt like I had no time for myself. I felt overwhelmed, and this is where my unhealthy ESFP shadow came out. And I feel like I need to give her a name. Should I call her Shirley? Kristy? Well, let's call her Kristy. I think Kristy is a good ESFP name, no? Okay, so this is when Kristy came out, and Kristy does come out. Like, seriously, she comes out. This is evil Bunny. Like, I'm usually the evil Bunny, but when Kristy comes out, it's a whole nother thing. So, one thing I know for me specifically is that when I'm under stress, I start to do things in autopilot. So, which is contrary to how I usually am, in that I think things through, try to think of the best solution to a problem, and then go forward. I become really impulsive, really spontaneous, and it's to the point where, like, I don't have time to think about things. I'm just reacting. I'm just trying to go from thrill to thrill, and you end up putting yourself in situations you normally wouldn't have. I wouldn't say they're so risky, but they're things that I normally wouldn't do in my day-to-day. So in particular, one time, I remember coming home from work, and I remember I was actually walking from work, and I was going to walk from work home to try and get some exercise. And I remember, like, in my mind, I had this mental wish list of things that I wanted to buy, and I just knew I couldn't afford it. But what happened was, as soon as I got out of work that day, knowing that I had to do all this extra hours of work for my mother, as well as schoolwork and everything else, I just started walking, and I walked straight into like this kind of like hair place and bought all these hair products. Like, I never do that. I never, like, the way I shop, it's very like controlled and planned. Like, I'm gonna buy this, then my next paycheck I'm gonna buy this. I'm not gonna buy it all. I'm not gonna blow my paycheck. What did I do? I, for, you know, the first time completely blew my paycheck. Like, I just went, I got all this hair products, then I went shopping, and it was very manic. And something that I know, it's like, you know, I didn't, you know, do anything illegal or anything, but I was shopping in a way that was very manic. Like, just kind of like taking things and putting them in a basket, not even asking questions, not looking at the price tag. I never do that. And by the time I started to come to, which happened later on, I started to think, oh my God, what happened? What did you do? You just spent all this money. Now that means that these were things that I wanted to buy anyway, but I wouldn't have bought them like this. It was just the stress. The same thing with the Halloween shopping. It was things that were in my head. I was stressed out, so I just started buying it. In addition to that, my funniest ESFP time, fucking hilarious. My funniest time, I feel, was I wanted to go out with my friends, and everyone kind of canceled on me, and I felt really upset about that and stressed. I was just like, I don't know if I was going through a breakup or whatever it was. I was just like, I want to go out. And one thing that's kind of taboo in girl world is like, you don't go out by yourself. Like, you don't go to the club or go to a restaurant or anything. You know, it's just a weird thing. It's like someone going to the movies by themselves. But I was like, you know what? Everyone canceled on me. Fuck them. I'm just gonna go out. So I went to Times Square, and I remember calling my mom, and she had like my full support to like just go, and I dressed up really nice. I looked all cute. I go to Times Square, and I just start walking down the street. I go to a bar by myself. I start talking to a bartender, completely out of character. I have a couple of drinks. I get a meal at this bar, and I have a cheeseburger. Then I start walking around the street. I'm like, I'm gonna have a time. I'm gonna be out here. Kristy's out tonight, bitches. You know. So I had like a half-hour conversation with this doorman, and he wanted to hang out, and I was totally like all for it. Like, yeah, let's go, let's hang out. You know. It didn't actually end up happening that way. I just was talking to him, and he's like, I bet you're gonna get a lot of free drinks tonight. I was like, yeah, we'll see. So then I started walking around Times Square. I took a bunch of pictures with, and mind you, all this sounds normal. That's what I'm saying. It's nothing crazy. It's just inside, I know that I was in a manic sort of disposition. Like, I could feel inside that I felt very manic. And I was kind of on autopilot, like whatever goes. So I go to Times Square. I take pictures with the like Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse, a chipmunk. I think it was Alvin and the Chipmunks. And I took a picture with a Jack Sparrow impersonator from Pirates of the Caribbean, and I have the picture here, and he like grabbed my butt like really hard, and like normally we'd be like, what the hell is your problem? Like, you know, like, but within that moment I was just like, you're crazy, you know. And then I tipped him $2. So yeah, I legit did that. It was a crazy time. It was just like, I can't even explain it. It just comes from being under a lot of stress. So then I started to walk across town, and I went to the east side, had some more drinks by myself, mind you, got myself a $1 pizza, and then I met this limo guy. And this limo guy, I can tell he was kind of fresh off the boat. He was definitely not, you know, native born here. And, you know, I guess he wanted to hang out or whatever it was. I kind of just was about moving from place to place. Like, it really wasn't about hanging out with people, but I would talk to people and then keep moving. And if those people didn't want to hang out with me somewhere, I was just like, forget you, I'm just going to keep on walking. Because I didn't really care about anybody in particular. I just wanted to keep moving. So then at some point I realized, yeah, I kind of had a lot of drinks. Yeah, I should probably get home. And he was a limo driver, so he's like, yeah, I'll drive you home. So this is like, you know. Now, mind you, I say I was a little tipsy. I wasn't drunk. I wasn't in that sort of state. But I just kind of felt like, you know, he did have a, you know, a license plate on the, you know, the limo. Like, it was a legit limo. So we were driving, and I gave him my number. And I was just like, I didn't really want to. And I was just like, I guess I'm going home now. Like, it was very manic. And I hate when I get in that state. I really do, because it's not... But then at the same time, it's a good story. You know what I mean? So he drove me home, and I think he tried to give me a kiss, and I think I just, you know, let him peck me here. I I was not there mentally. Like, I can tell you right now, I was not there mentally. So this went on a couple of more times, and in different sort of states. It's just really funny. And, you know, every once in a while, Kristy comes here. So that's just a funny little story, you know. I feel like what I learned from that is, like, don't get yourself stuck in a box. Like, you know, yes, you know, you have your character, you're an INTJ, or you're whatever you are, and you have your cognitive functions that you kind of rely on, but step out your size your box sometimes. You want to do something crazy, you know? Like, this is your life to live. Don't feel like you have to be acting in line in accordance to who you think you are. Like, you're changing, and evolving every single day. So I think that my funniest stories come from these periods of my life when I'm just, and I called my friend and told her when I got home. She's like, what the hell did you do, Vinny? It shocked me that I was even capable of these things, because it's really out of character for me. I think of it sometimes as like a cork in a bottle, and it just popped, you know. Kristy, the ESFP, yeah, she's an interesting person. Maybe you guys will meet her one day. She says crazy stuff, and that's just what it is. But she's a hell of a good time. She's so much fun. She's just about go, 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 go. And I like her when she comes around, although she does kind of freak the shit out of me. So that's my story about my ESFP shadow. What types of things do, you know, your ESFP shadow do? Like, do you, like, just start, I don't know, do you motorbike, or do you just get on a motorcycle, or did you just, I don't know, I'm going to go, you know, skinny dipping today, or what does your ESFP shadow do? I'm very interested in hearing about it. Thing on? You know what mine does. She's just looking for attention. It's me, Kristy. So that's all I have to say for today. It's me, Kristy, the ESFP, and I have so many things to tell you. Say it. Oh my God. Oh, Jess, guys, I'm here. Please tell me that Kristy's not on the other side. Already got the rum and coke. I know when that hot bling. That can only mean one thing. That Kristy's here. That was so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassed. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just gonna go, guys. I'm signing off. That's the rum and coke speaking. I'm so sorry. I am so love you. Sorry. Oh my God. Love you. Way, and I could feel that the presence was so strong. It felt so strong. It really did. So that is my goal.